Hey, what's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy Devo, so motivational, back with another day trading spy recap. And man, today should have been a home run. Today should have been a home run day. I had perfect entry. I was really looking like Michael Jordan today. I was really looking like Michael Jordan today with a whole three-peat. Monday green, Tuesday 2-0 day green. Today would have been a home run green day. It was still a green day, but break even day plus $4. I count that as a break even because what are we gonna do with $4? You know what I'm saying? I could barely buy me a Gatorade from the store with $4. You know what I'm saying? So I count that as a break even. But man, oh man, I had such a perfect entry, and look at this drop. I still have this profit to risk ratio, but my take profits were down here at these low support at this little support right here. These low, I think they call it low resistance liquidity, but I'll just call it support liquidity right here. Um, this is where we kept seeing price bounce off of, and I'm gonna get all into it. Okay, I'm gonna get all into it real quick. So, real quick, I want to say thank you all for all the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Let's keep building. We're getting bigger and bigger. Let's keep racking up the subscribers. Let's keep racking up these views because every day we're getting better and we're getting more and more confident because I can really see myself getting better and better and not falling for certain things. And like today, I fell for something, but now I know it in my mind and just keep studying, keep looking at these charts, keep showing up to the charts, and everything's gonna pay off. Okay, so I want to say thank you guys for everything y'all do for me. Thank you for all the views, the comments that you guys give me, the likes on the videos. It's all appreciated. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so today, as we know, today is Wednesday. We didn't have much news, really, like no news whatsoever. We had crude oil, the crude oil inventories and stuff. I mean, they came out pretty good, honestly. I know we were forecasted to have. Let's see. Excuse me, my good people. Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay, so mortgage rates. Am I tripping? Oh, okay. Sorry, my beautiful people. I was like, am I tripping? Why is nothing, no data showing up? I had to refresh the page. Sorry about that, my beautiful people. I was like, I know I'm not tripping. Okay, so we actually had our data actually came out pretty good. Crude oil stocks change. We previous was negative, consensus was negative 1 million, but we actually came out positive 3.45 million, and all of this extra, is just pretty good. All of these numbers are pretty much better than previous or the consensus, but that's not really like too important. As we know, tomorrow is the big day where we're gonna have in PPI coming out, which producer price inflation, or the producers inflation on products. So it's going to tell us with these tariffs if these companies are taking these tariffs into account yet. And then we're going to get the continuing jobs claims, core PPI year after year, core PPI month on month, retail sales month on month. So tomorrow is going to be a very volatile and very big day. Okay, but let's get straight into the charts because that's tomorrow. But today we had no data. Okay, so into the charts. Remember yesterday, man? It's like I'm calling out these markets, man, and it's freaking frustrating me, man. Today should have been home run day. Okay, all right. So remember yesterday how I said we were gonna have a pullback today. We had such a run up. We were going to have a pullback today, and honestly, I want a pullback down to this 582 area of support. That's really what I'm looking for. But honestly, these buyers are very strong because we have such good news, and so I don't know if these buyers are letting us come back down to this support. But this is a support that we haven't tested yet. Okay. And so this was a support yesterday I said that I could see us falling down to. But I did say we were going to have a pullback because of this huge run up. Every time we have a huge run up one day, a run up like this, explosive move, 580 all the way to 589, we're going to have a pullback, okay? Just like how in our 1 minute and 5 minute time frames, how we need a pullback to our fair value gaps and stuff like that. That's the same thing in the 4 hour time frames, in the daily time frames, in the weekly time frames, in the monthly time frames, and so on and so on. So remember, price is fractal. Whatever you get in the small frames, those actually happen in the big frames. In the big frames, they're pulling back whenever you have these down days in the bigger time frames, they're trying to pull back into those areas as well. Okay, so let's just come into the day to see our trade, see why we were break even on the day, see why we didn't capitalize on a $300 move. Oh man, just saying it just frustrates me, man. But we got to be grateful. Why? Because the market's going to be open tomorrow. We miss moves. It's okay. The market's going to be open tomorrow. But you're not just missing these moves. You're not missing nothing really because we're learning from it, okay? We're learning from the moves. And what is the... I would take a break-even day or plus $4 day and learning something rather than losing money and learning something. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I got kind of like the best learning, area available. You know what I'm saying? I won or broke even on the day, didn't lose no money, and I got to learn something. You know what I'm saying? Rather than when I come into the market, a lot of times I'm like, well, I lost this trade, but I learned this. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather win a little bit win a couple dollars and learn something than lose some money and learn something. You see what I'm saying? So we can't be too mad at it. We're still up on the week, up 150, up 150 bucks, up 152, but I like to round it, so up 150 bucks on the week. So we can't be too mad, but we are still mad because we would have been closer to our weekly goal. Remember, our weekly goal is always $1,000 of trading weekly. We haven't really been hitting that, but that is still always our goal, okay? And we would have been up about 280, 300 bucks, and that would have pushed our total up. But it's okay. All right, so coming in today, what was I? I was cautiously bullish, like I just said, because I was expecting a pullback. I wanted it to probably try to come deeper, but I knew that was hard to do. But I did see us maybe trying to come sweep out this whole trend line right here. As we see, we kind of have a trend line right here. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 broke it. And then, you know what I'm saying? We broke that trend line, and I could see us honestly probably... I don't know if today will create another lower low because as we see, this support right here held up very strong. And this was the retracement I was talking about taking out yesterday, remember? But we never took it out. And so that retracement right here is very strong. These buyers are very strong at this support right here, as we can see, okay? So today I was expecting the pullback. And what did we do? It was so textbook. I was already expecting it coming in today. So pre-markets, we were actually in this fair value gap. We were actually in this fair value gap, like right around here. Because remember, this is also an area of liquidity that we can tap to fill again. But this is a fair value gap right here. And let me just erase this because I can mark all that back out. Delete that one. Okay, so we actually started off in here. As you can see, we started off in this fair value gap. So I was like, okay, when market opens, we could just straight tank. You know what I'm saying? Because it's giving us our price action. What did it do? It gave us a change of character at the end of the day yesterday. At the end of closing, basically gave us a change of character, dumping all the way down, giving change of characters all right here. Change of character all right there, right? So I was like, okay, if it pulls back pre-market and wants to tap this fair value gap and just run in my smaller time frame, that's when I'll come zoom in. And if I see it just start running down, I want it to give me a pullback into another small time frame fair value gap, and I'm riding it down. You know what I'm saying? To take it back down. But what did we do? We pumped up a little bit, but we used this as support, as resistance. So this is a resistance area right now that we have to mark out. Oh, man. I'm trying to get that nice number. You know me. I got to have a nice number. 05. 05, baby. 05, baby. All right? Because clearly this is a resistance right here. And it's a strong one. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Just like this is a strong area of support. Support, support. That's a strong area of support, okay? And so, yeah, so in the day, we actually pumped up, and I was like, okay, if we want to break this area of resistance, come down, give me a test at a fair value gap at that resistance, making it support, textbook, I'll write it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm bullish on the day. My bias was bearish on the day. I was biased bearish, but you can't let your biasness control exactly what you do, because if your bias bearish and the market's pumping, are you still going to take a short? No. Your bias bearish, so you are expecting the market to be bearish and you're expecting that move and you're watching that move, but at the same time, we react off of what the market wants to do. Okay, if the market wanted to pump today, hey, we were going to ride the pump, but we were bias bearish and it did end up being bearish today. Okay, so we were just completely ready for it, man. Just completely ready for it. And watch, I'm gonna get into the good stuff. This is I feel like this is one of the most important videos you're gonna watch, okay? Because this is how you're going to be able to capitalize off your moves. And this is why I wasn't able to capitalize off this huge 587 all the way down to 586, 585, 96 move. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been a big payday. Not a huge payday, but I'll get into it, okay? I'll get into it. Not a huge payday, but that's some good money right there. This drop all the way down from 587.75 down to 585.96. Even if you would have got out this 586.10, that's about a $2 move, a $1.65 move. That's still good money. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your contract size, I had 2 contracts in, okay? But we're going to get into it. So instead, we used this as resistance, dropped down, and I was like, okay, give me my pullback, give me my pullback, give me my pullback. Okay, my bad. I should have stayed in the 5-minute. I'm just very excited on today because I had such a perfect entry, and I really feel like I feel like it was really a winning day, even though I only made $4. I feel worth $300. I feel like I had the whole move. You know what I'm saying? Because I had such a perfect entry, I just messed up on one little thing, okay? One little thing that's actually a very big thing that cost me these huge profits, okay? But we're going to get into it, okay? So we had this fair value gap right here. I was like, okay, now give me my pullback into my fair value gap. I mean, we had this huge drop. Let me delete all these lines so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about, okay? So when we had this huge drop today, after this little pump up, use this as resistance. After we had this huge drop, I was like, okay, give me my pullback, and I'm in for the sell because I'm already biased bearish. If you're gonna give me this bearish setup, oh, I'm gonna ride this bad boy because I'm already feeling like we can take out a lot of price action. You know what I'm saying? So my 5-minute, I marked out a fair value gap, and what do? From the big time frame, we got to scale down to our small time frame. So where's our fair value gap in our small time frame? Right here, baby. That is just so nice looking. Oh my goodness, man. Just such a perfect entry every time I look at it. So then what did we have? We had a lot of play around. This is where it was testing patience. It came up, it tapped right here, this little area right here, which was in the fair value gap. If we go back to our 5-minute, this candle right here tapped. No, it didn't tap the fair value gap. But what did it do? It tapped the bottom of this move. You see what I'm saying? You tap the bottom of this move. And price can do that sometimes. Sometimes price will do this. Sometimes price will pump up, then create a low, and it won't even pull all the way into that fair value gap. It will just come back and use the bottom of that change of character as resistance and then continue down. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was actually worried about it doing. But I was like, you know what? I trust my fair value gap. If it doesn't want to pull into my fair value gap, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it was because I'm following my strategy to a T. If it doesn't want to pull into my fair value, and then it didn't even give no wicks on the top of that candle. So it was showing these buyers were strong. It didn't show no seller volume, no seller in this whatsoever. So I was like, you know what? If it wants to take off like that, be my guest, but I'm not going to be foolish and just hop in foolishly thinking I'm missing a move. I'm going to wait for my fair value gap. If it doesn't want to touch it, hey, hope? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, if it doesn't want to touch my fair value gap, I'm not going to trade for the day. You know what I'm saying? That's how you should be. If it doesn't follow your strategy, oh, well, I'm not trading today. If it doesn't want to follow my strategy, oh, well. That's exactly how we need to be, okay? Because we know our strategy is going to produce profits. We know our strategy is the edge over the market. And so if it doesn't follow our strategy, we don't take a trade because we don't want to gamble. You know what I'm saying? We want to trust our edge on the market, okay? So that's exactly what I did. I said, oh, well, because it looked like it was breaking down. It started doom, Doom. Fast, too. Fast. Look at that. These sellers came in strong, too. As you see, this volume down here came in strong. So these sellers came in strong. As you can see, this is 909 to 912 or 911. So that was strong and a fast momentum move. So I was like, ooh, I might miss that. But I was like, you know what? Oh, well. And so what did it do? Broke down, got bought straight back up. What did it do? Swept this high, pulled into my fair value gap. I literally got in right here. I'm telling you, I had such a perfect entry. Literally got in at the top of this wick right here. So this candle wick down, made a huge butterfly doji, and then the next candle actually started up right here and got bought up. And when it started wicking down a little bit, I'm telling you, I didn't even get in at the bottom of this wick. I got in right around this 587.82. So I had such a perfect entry. Literally such a perfect entry, man. Like, the entry doesn't get no better. Like, do you see what I'm saying? I literally got in right here before this move down. Literally tapped this fair value gap, swept this high that people probably FOMO'd into, thinking it was just going to test the bottom of this change of character, making it resistant. Literally swept that area. A little sweep. Why was that a sweep? Because it was just a wick. It was just a wick. So it swept these sellers out if you would have got out, because it swept stop losses up here. Literally swept them out and then rolled over. And this is exactly where I got in at this 587.82 area, right at the top of this wick. And this is where I'm going to pull up my extension, my short position. Where was my stop loss? At the top of this fair value gap and top of this like move area. I put my entry right at that wick. And then my take profits were these lows. These lows were so easy. I already knew price was gonna take out these lows. Why? Because price is gonna take out these easy liquidity areas. It's going to. All these areas of buyers thinking this is a support. That's not no heavy area of support right there. And I just knew it. I knew price was gonna stomp them out. And I actually wanted to see if price could actually come a little deeper. But these were my take profits right here. And what is that? That is a 2 to 5 risk to reward ratio. That is amazing. Well, that is not, I'm not going to say amazing, but that's like really good. You know, 2 to 1 is what we aim for. Anything over 2 to 1 is very good. And we start to get to 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Oh, that's heaven. That's amazing right there. And what would that have actually given us at the full of this drop? That would have gave us a 3 to 1. Because say if we didn't get out exactly at the bottom of these wicks, you know what I'm saying? You don't never get out exactly at the bottom of the move. But if you would have got up when it really started wicking up, that still would have been a 3 to 1. So it just it would have been such a good move, okay? But so let's keep our take profit right there. What did we have? When it broke down, I was in profits. I was up almost $100 right around here, right? Up almost $100 right around here. I bought 2 contracts. I'm not sure what the strike price is, but you know that doesn't really matter. I got in right around here. I was up almost about $100 right around here, and I seen it struggling. So hard, and I was actually going to call it quits right there, and just take my profits so I can run away with like $80, whatever, and just be happy with like $80. But I was like, no, this is where you gotta stay in as a trader and hit your full take profits. Because a lot of times I tell you guys, like, I have a take profit area, but it didn't hit my take profit and I caught it. And that's how you leave money on the table, by seeing it struggle and not letting it fully play out and hit your take profits. But I was like, you know what? If I want to actually start making a good money in the markets, I got to let it hit my full TP. Okay? And I was right on that. You got to do that. Even though you're seeing struggle and stuff, whenever you know price wants to go to an area and you have your strategy perfect and set up perfect, and you have your take profit area, like right here, I knew this was easy liquidity, easy support liquidity right here, that it was going to take out as price did. I knew it was going to do that. That's where I had my take profits at. It pulled into my fair value gap in my 5 minute, then scaled down to my 1 minute, pulled into my 1 minute fair value gap, got in, perfect entry. When you have a perfect entry like that, you got to let price play out. If it comes up against you and stops you out, hey, it stopped you out. Your strategy didn't work that time. But remember, your strategy is there not to work 100%, but to work at least at least 50% or 55%. It's going to work more times than not. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where I messed up at. But I was right. I was thinking about taking my profit, but I was like, you know what? I gotta let price play out. I gotta let price do what it gotta do, so I can get my full take profits and get my full two to 5 to 1. Okay. But what did I do? Price, boom, boom, boom. These huge candles right here spooked me out. Why? Because look at this volume. That volume started picking up, and boom, this huge volume candle. And I'm telling you, this move was 947 to 950 in 3 minutes. Just shot up, shot up, shot up. And keep in mind, I was in this move from 932 to 946. So 15 minutes basically to get down here, and then 3 minutes to shoot up here. That is why I was skeptical when I was in. I was like, it's dropping down, but I'm in here for 15 minutes already, and it's just struggling, struggling, struggling. We're going down, but it's struggling, struggling, struggling. And usually when you have struggle like that, you know price is going to get some type of squeeze up. I already knew price was going to get some type of squeeze up, and this is where I got spooked. I didn't want to give back profits, even though I did give back profits. So my whole thinking was messed up in general, because I was like, I want to at least get my profits, but I only got $4. So is that even profit? You know, I count that as break even. We're counting that as break even, but I just want to let you know, like, my break even. I just want to let you know, guys, know I broke even, but it wasn't a break even. Like I lost like a couple bucks. Nah, I made $4, but that's break even, right? You know, you can barely buy Gatorade with that, like I said, right? And so it spooked me out, and I got out probably right around here, up $4, and I was mad, man. I was like, oh my goodness, man. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of like that because, man, this is where we had this huge dump. But what did it do? Price came up against us and did exactly what it was trying to do. Spook out these sellers in here, just spook them out. And whenever it was coming up, I was like, okay, you know what? It can actually sweep this high that it pulled into the fair value gap and just pull into it a little deeper. So I was waiting for another entry because we still had this fair value gap here. And price will tap the fair value gap more than once sometimes. Sometimes it'll sweep this price that it pulled into, and it'll come into a little bit more, sweep it, give another wick, and then want to go the full move. So that's what I was waiting on. So after we pulled up right here, I was like, okay, sweep this high, give me another wick, a strong wick, and I'll be in for it for another short. You know what I'm saying? So I was still, like, I was mad, you know what I'm saying, that it did that to me. But I was like, you know what? Sweep that, give me another inch in my fair value gap, and I'm in for another short. But it didn't do that. What did it do? It just came up, used my exact entry point. I'm telling you, this was my exact entry point. It literally pulled up into my exact entry point to my break-even place, rolled over, boom, 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 took out all these lows. Even more, came down to the 585 support and would have given us a 3-to-1 risk to reward, okay? And so that is the lesson. Did it come back and stop me out and hit my stop loss? No, it didn't even hit my stop loss. And that's where I got it wrong. And even you watching it are probably like, Devin, why'd you get out? Oh, yeah. It looked like there was 2 on there. That's why I deleted it. And that's why you're probably like, Devin, why did you get out? I got spooked out. I just got spooked out. There's really no reason, no technical reason other than your feelings. That's why when you're trading, we're not robots, okay? We have feelings in trading. We'll make quick decisions. We'll have FOMO and stuff. We're not robots. That's why there's so many traders that aren't successful, because our emotions are so tied into our money. And when we see our money going up and down, our emotions weigh heavily, okay? And so we're not robots, but that's why you got to try your best to kind of be a robot when you're trading. You know what I'm saying? Try to eliminate your emotion, because just like today, my emotions costed me hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I would have been up 3 times. I would have been up over 3 times than what would have lost. You know what I'm saying? But I would have been up about $300 at this whole move. This whole move down, because when it broke through my my take profit, I'm not just gonna get out. I want to see some type of stop of the candle. So when it kept breaking down, and I started to see wick, and I started to see this white candle come up against me, that's when I would have called it. That's exactly when I would have called it. But think about it. That would have still gave me a 3-to-1, a 3-to-3, a 3.3-to-1. That is a home run right there. You know what I'm saying? And that is perfect entry. So that is the lesson. Let price come up and stop you out. Don't let it spook you out, because that's all it did. I didn't want to give back profits, even though I gave back profits anyway. So where's the smart thoughts in that? You know what I'm saying? I got out because I didn't want profits to go against me. I mean, because I didn't want to lose profits, but I still lost my profits, and then just gave up this whole $200 move. 200 plus, about $300 move down. You see what I'm saying? So the lesson for me, what I learned is let price stop you out. Don't just call it early. And I've told y'all that previously. Don't call your trades early. Let it actually stop you out. I've said that in numerous videos. Please comment W's in the chat if you heard me say that in numerous videos, where you want to let price stop you out. Don't pre-call your stop loss. I've said that a lot of times. And that's exactly what I did this time. It was broken up with strong momentum, and I just called it out. I was like, it's strong momentum coming against me. It came up so fast. I didn't want to give up profits, even though I did give up profits, and so I called the trade. I sold my contracts, and when I sold my contracts, what did it do? It just rolled right back over and tanked and took out my TP. So the lesson, you know what I'm saying? This is one of the most important things, just as like your strategy and your risk management. This is right there up with it, because this is going to cost you from getting your profits. This cost me from a winning trade. You know what I'm saying? And remember, your profit, your strategy isn't 100%. So on the times where your strategy works, you got to let it play out, because you never know. I have Thursday and Friday, but what if my strategy doesn't create profits on these next 2 days? And I would have gave up $300 today. You see what I'm saying? And so the next 2 days, if I get losers, then it could just put me right back down. But imagine if I would have capitalized today about, say, 250, say if I made $280, because it would have been about 300 and something, but I'm just going to say 280 plus the 150 I already had. That's about what, $430 if I'm doing math right. You know what I'm saying? That's just on the fly. I'm not the best at math, but say it's about $420, whatever it is. My next two trades, even if they're losers, they're not going to add up to minus $420. So you see what I'm saying? So I still would have been really good on the week, even if I had losers these next 2 days. That's why you got to capitalize on these things, because this letting price come up to your stop loss and stop you out is just as important as risk management and strategy. And that is the most frustrating thing, when you call the trade early and it rolls over and takes your profit. This literally makes you want to revenge trade. And trust me, I was there today. Today, I literally wanted to just buy 5 contracts on any move up. Literally on this move up, I literally just wanted to buy 5 contracts. Like, I was so frustrated after this. I was like, it hit my take profit and everything. I would have been up about $300. When it started to go against me, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy 5 contracts. I'm telling you, I was literally on Robinhood with 5 contracts, like $1,000, just ready to throw it in. And you know what? You know what saved me from that? Being like, you know what? I just need to make a video for y'all. Literally, I was like, you know what? I literally, like, that is not what I need to do. I was literally started thinking to myself, because at that point, I was just straight emotion. You know what I'm saying? And you do not do that. You do not revenge trade, because that is going to spiral you down. And I probably would have came back, even though, when I was thinking about buying 5 contracts, it actually did go up. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been up. But, not a lot of times, more times than not, most of the time, 98% of the time, revenge trading is going to kill you, okay? Not literally kill you, but going to kill your portfolio. And it's going to kill everything, you know what I'm saying? And so I was literally so close to revenge trading, but I literally was like, no, that is not the way to go. I'm literally, like, there was no strategy in it. I literally just want to throw in 5 contracts and get everything back, you know what I'm saying? I didn't lose nothing, but I felt like I felt like I lost $300 because I was in on this move. Perfect entry and everything. I waited all day for this, not all day, I waited to 9:30, but I was very patient. I had perfect everything. And so my emotions were hot. I was hot on this, you know what I'm saying? But that's where, you messed up, but you learned from it, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to step back and be like, okay, what did I learn from this? Because at first, my first emotions was like, This makes no sense. The market's just doing dumb stuff. But then I really sat back and was looking at it and going over the market, and like, that was completely on me. I mean, the market, all it did was come back and stop people out like me that were just getting scared. It didn't even go to my stop loss. If it would have came up and stopped me out, then I could have been like, man, the market's dumb or something. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't even come up and hit stop loss or nothing. All it did was come up to my break even point, roll back over, and give me my take profits. Like, it was literally on my side. But my emotions got the best of me, okay? And so that is the lesson. Again, I know I said it 3 times, but that is the lesson. Let the market stop you out and don't pre-call your stop loss. You already have your stop loss. You know the area where the market shouldn't go past if it wants to go your way, right? If I knew the market wanted to sell off, I know at the top of this fair value gap, at the top of this candle right here, it shouldn't go past that if the market wants to continue downward. Okay? You already know that. On your trade, when you have your stop loss, you already know that, okay? Just like, or if you have your set dollar amount to lose, you already know if it goes at that amount, you're cutting it. Don't call it if you have $50 that you're willing to lose. When it's at 47, don't pre-call it. Let it hit that $50. That's exactly pretty much what I did. I mean, it came up to my break even, and I called the quits, and it didn't even come and stop me out. It wasn't even going to go up. All it wanted to do was stop people out like me that were getting scared, that didn't follow their rules and didn't have their stop loss, and then it tanked and gave the take profits exactly where we knew it was going to go, okay? So that is a frustrating day, but at the same time, when I sit back, it makes me feel honestly very good, because I feel like I had a perfect day today. I had a perfect entry. I feel like I won $300. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I had such a perfect entry, it didn't even come to my stop loss. It literally just came to break even, rolled over, and hit TPs perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like such a perfect entry, but I just let my emotions get the best of me. So that's why I feel good, because it was a winning trade. You know what I'm saying? I won, but I didn't capitalize off it because my emotions. You see what I'm saying? And do you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I won, even though I didn't win, because it did exactly what I knew it was going to do. I had such a perfect entry. As you can see, I literally got in right around here. Such a perfect entry. Did exactly what I knew it was going to do. Hit TP and everything. But I just let my emotions spook me out when it was coming up to my break even. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, why would I even get out? I didn't want to give back profits, but yet I gave back my profits anyways. So what was the point of getting out right here? You see what I'm saying? Like, literally, what was the point of getting out right here? You see, like, do you see what I'm saying? I didn't want to give back profits. I know I keep repeating it, but I want to get it into you guys, and I'm trying to get it out, explain it good. I feel like I'm not really explaining it as good. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm trying to keep explaining it, because I want to get it out to you guys, and also I'm iterating it to myself. I didn't want to give back profits, but I gave back profits anyways, and didn't even let it get a chance to hit my stop loss. You know what I'm saying? And so that is the lesson. Let the trade play out. Let your trade play out. If it wants to go against you, let it stop you out, because you never know what the market's going to do. It's going to shoot up, and then it's going to drop down. It's going to drop down, then it's going to shoot up. If you have your strategy in place and you have your plan and you know what the market should do and it follows your strategy, take that trade and let the market play out. Don't pre-call anything. Don't do any of that. React to what the market wants to do. If it wants to come up and stop me out, okay, cool. If it doesn't want to come and stop me out and it wants to hit break even, then fall over and hit TP, oh, I'm over ecstatic, because that's a winning trade. You see what I'm saying? So that's just the lesson. Let the trade play out. Don't call your trades preemptively, okay? And so real quick, I'm going to go over what we have tomorrow. I already told you guys, but I'm just going to go over it again. We have PPI tomorrow, year after year, jobless claims. So tomorrow's going to be a very volatile day, okay? What can I see tomorrow? Well, if we have good PPI and everything, because today I could see us ranging some more, just kind of ranging. They already had the good move that I missed. They already had a good move. And so I could see us just ranging through, doing a whole bunch of nothing for the rest of the day. But what can I see us doing tomorrow? What can I see us doing tomorrow? We have good PPI. We're going to take out this 589. We're going to take out this 589 and we're going to reach towards 590. Because why? This is a lot of resistance liquidity up here. A lot of resistance liquidity. And if we have some good news, it's going to break straight through this resistance liquidity and we will be on the way, okay? And so that's what I can see going into the market. I hope this is very helpful because this was a very important video. This was a very important video for you guys. Please, guys, listen to what I'm saying on this. This right here, letting your stop loss play out, can cost you a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? Just like it costed me a lot of money today. So this, what I just showed you today, is just as important as your stop loss, just as important as having your strategy, is just as important as anything, because that is how you capitalize on your profits. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't do this and you just, every time the market comes right up against you and you don't let it hit your stop loss, you're never going to be able to make money, because the market's not going to be so straightforward where it hits your area and then just falls. Sometimes it will, but a lot of times, like today, it's going to play around because it wants to play with your emotions. It wants to stop people out and do all that extra stuff before, you know, hitting TPs and stuff like that. So I hope this was very helpful for you guys. I know I learned a lot today on that, like myself, just going over and analyzing it. I learned a lot myself, you know what I'm saying? So I hope this was a very helpful video for you guys. Remember, I love every single one of y'all who are with me on this journey. Remember, this is just the beginning. It is a journey, but this is just the start of it, okay? We haven't even scratched the surface. I'm telling you, we haven't even scratched the surface, my beautiful people. So I love every single one of y'all who are with me. Make sure to study so you guys aren't gambling. Make sure to have risk management. Make sure to follow your strategy. And just make sure to study. Again, just make sure to study so you know what you're looking at in the markets. Make sure to go over your trades. Make sure to journal them down. I'm actually going to journal this trade down today because I actually have been slacking on the journaling. But this thing is full. You know what I'm saying? Don't think I've never been journaling. This thing is full, okay? I've been slacking recently, but this thing is full. This bad boy is full, okay? And that will really help you because you can go over your journal and see how you're getting better and better. So it's really just a good progression thing to have overall. And then, you know, eventually one day you can go over and just see how much you've learned and how much you've gotten better at. Okay, and ultimately it helps you jot down your ideas and your thoughts on why you took that trade, why you lost that trade, why you took that trade, why you won that trade, why you got out on this trade early, things like that. So I'm gonna journal down everything I was just telling you guys about this trade, okay? I love every single one of y'all with me. I hope this was very helpful for you guys. Break even on the day, well, plus $4. We'll just add that to our total, so we're up $152 on a week, and that is just the beginning. We're just getting started. We can't wait for tomorrow. A lot of volatility coming in tomorrow, and we are going to capitalize off of it. We are feeling like Michael Jordan. 3 days. You know what? Plus $4. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. 3 days, 3-peat. We're Michael Jordan this week. Okay, let's get to it. Let's keep this winning week alive. I love every single one of y'all who with me on the journey. And remember, guys, stay persistent, passionate. Make sure y'all get paid. All right. Peace.